Here's Johnny. What's up, y'all? Okay, that's okay. Now I got the right microphone on. Okay, everything is cool. Here's Johnny. All right, y'all. We back. In full effect, and I want to thank everybody for tapping in. Okay, okay. Maybe we could try that too. Okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, it looks better. So we're just making sure everything sounds good. And if it doesn't, if it sounds weird or whatever, just let me know and I can fix it. We don't like weirdness around here. Not we like a little weirdness, but not like weird in a no Diddy type way. Okay, so let's see, make sure it sounds good. So how's everybody doing? Oh yeah, that's cool. I can get the okay, that sounds good. So y'all, as y'all know, there is going to be some Walgreens closing. And I just want to say for the record, like I talked about months ago. I don't care who you are, politician, uh, teacher, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was talking about it. I said this a while ago. I did a live about it by Kroger's on what was it? Wisconsin. That ain't sound right anymore. Kroger's in Wisconsin. It's been so long. But I did a podcast about Kroger's in Wisconsin when they closed, and then they closed the Kroger's on, way out there. What was there another Kroger's in between? I don't know, but they started closing the grocery stores in the hood. It seemed like it was another. It was a Kroger's on Wisconsin. Somebody correct me. It was a Kroger's on Wisconsin, and then there was another Kroger's out there by Madison Park. Is that what that's called? If you know what I'm talking about, put the comment. And then was there another Kroger's or just those two Kroger's? That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, those were the hood stores. Those were the stores you can go to if you live in the hood to get fresh like vegetables and stuff like that. Now they've closed them all. And I said something. Everybody can remember. I said something and it got like 1,700 views. I was like, what? I was like, is that it? Because what I do is I try to do mass communications. That means I like to spread the word to as many people as possible. But for whatever reason, even though I be talking and saying stuff about it, people be like, nah, I don't think. I don't want to share it. I'm not trying to hear it. Somebody said the other day, said, people, they fuck with what you're saying. They believe in what you're saying, but they just don't want to hear it from you. And that's cold blooded. Like, what? Because I said it. I was like, something is going wrong. I said, something's wrong, y'all. I think people thought that maybe they would put something back there in place. But I'm going to tell y'all, listen, I just found this out today. Grocery stores have a clause, okay? They have a clause that if they leave an area, another grocery store can't come in and put another grocery store there for 15 years. Now, I don't know if that's, you said what? Can you not hear me? Oh, okay. So you can't hear me. Yeah, yeah. You know how like you have a job and then the job they want to keep their stuff on secrets and stuff like that. So they'd be like, if you go to another job, you can go somewhere else, you can do something else, but you just can't do what you was doing here. It's like one of those things, I guess. And I'm not sure, but I mean, look at it. Look how the place. Okay, cool. Look how the place sits empty, and they trying to put other stuff in there, but they won't dare put no grocery store in there. That's crazy. So if Kroger's knew this, and sign these clauses, they knew like when they left, like that was gonna be it. That might be why the other guy is having problems opening up his grocery store. I don't know. I'm sure they had to wait some years because obviously, look, they had to wait. You have to wait. That's crazy. You cannot put no grocery store. I don't know how all these and them everybody was doing in that one spot. I guess because it was in the hood or something. Maybe they wanted something there and they needed something there. But no, you can't put nothing there. That's crazy. And Walgreens is closing. So 9 times out of 10, with those same perimeters, these are businesses. These are corporations. They have clauses. So with those same perimeters, there will be no drugstore there for at least, and I'm saying I'm like on the low side, at least 5 years. It's Walgreens. They've been in Peoria for they was downtown. They had one of the biggest buildings downtown. This was Walgreens. So they got their shit together. They got lawyers. They like, oh, grocery stores doing that. You best believe they gonna do that too. So I'm telling y'all, like, you're not gonna be able to get any drugs. You're gonna be able to get some drugs on the north. You're gonna be able to get some drugs in the north. Yeah, listen, y'all. I want to start a podcast. It's got to be outside of Facebook because I have people. Yeah, you're gonna be able to get some drugs no matter what time of day it is. They're gonna be trying drugs as you want. I mean, need, but yeah, you're gonna be able to get some drugs. I get drugs. That's where I get my drugs. That's where I'm joking. Um, so things are gonna change, y'all. I want to do a podcast and talk about some things as that I see it going on, but I can't say it here because it's Facebook. Like I have like people that I work with on here and stuff like that. And people like black folks will tell. They'd be like, "Yeah, well, we gonna you don't talk about that. We'll cut your foot off. We'll cut your foot off. You can't tell black secrets. Somebody gonna take you down. We'll cut your foot off. Shit, don't listen. You gotta keep stuff on the hush nowadays. If you want to expose some shit, you gotta expose it on the low low, straight up. So anyway, I'm talking too much. Anyway, yeah. So with that being said, y'all, it's crazy because you can clearly see they starving folks out. There were waves. People are not paying attention. Why? What is going? Well, I don't understand. And that's why they're able to do it because we don't say shit. And the people who do try to say something like myself, we against them. Why? They did it in waves. The first wave was they went through and they kicked everybody out. So now Texas, yes, the state of Texas owns more to East Bluff than anybody in Peoria probably right now. I'm gonna say that again. The state of Texas owns more to East Bluff than probably any one person. They went through and bought up 50, 60 houses, and I guarantee you they didn't stop there. And they told everybody, y'all gotta get the fuck out. If that ain't gangster, nigga, we ain't even from your town. We might have came through and looked. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's McClure. Oh, yeah, we need that. That's Archer. Oh, yeah, we need that street too. Wake up, man. What the Arabs and the Mexicans ain't buying up. The other cities come in and buy. They buying this shit up. Peoria is for sale. What is you talking about? Peoria for sale right now. I don't know who, what. I don't know if it was Black Friday that set this shit off. I don't know what the fuck, but Peoria is for sale. Shit. I could tell you why. You want me to tell you why Peoria for sale? Do you want me to tell you why Peoria is for sale? And this gonna be something for your ass, okay? Because you can pretty much us as humans have learned to create anything. We didn't create now we got robots that are sort of like humans. So we can kind of create life. We clone things. We can create life. We can create many things. Just about everything we can create, right? One thing we can't create is land. Good land. It's impossible. Can't create good land. So all of these natural disasters and shit, it's gonna really fuck some shit up around the world. You see the patterns. What do you think that's gonna stop? It's gonna get worse. Natural disasters is gonna be the They said natural disasters will be the number one. You already see it. You got scientists shaking their. It was a scientist shaking their hands when the hurricanes was coming. That was like, God damn. These are scientists who used to seeing shit. That scientists cry. If you don't think that shit finna, man, stop playing with me. Stop it. I don't care what you believe in. This scientist was crying. We seen that hurricane coming. So again, this was us back. There was us back in grade school. Man, this gonna some of these cities gonna be underwater. This was back in high school, and the shit is happening. Like anyway, so I'm not gonna get into all that. But to make a long story short, people need land, and this Peoria, it might get cold, but we ain't experiencing no hurricanes. In summertime, it's pretty damn nice, except for sometimes it's hot. But in Texas, what? What? Texas? Some people made a point they want to kick us off the East Bluff. You think they want you in an event? More people in an event? More people in the north? Man, they probably want us out of here. Back to south. To the south. That's where a lot of us moving. A lot of us already going. They ain't even gotta do shit. A lot of us ran to Atlanta in Texas. What? Like, yeah, we doing man, y'all better stop playing. They want this land. The riverfront. They want that. They gotta have that. You go down to the riverfront, my studio is. It's nice down there. It's apartments that you would be like, damn, I'd rather live there than a house. It's happening. It's not. It's gonna happen. It's happening. It's here. Y'all better wake up. I mean, I ain't gonna say like I'm not gonna use those type of words, but I'm just saying y'all better jump into action because we feel live in a different world. Anyway, what we came to talk about is why our grocery store is closing, and that was one thing that I found out today that grocery stores don't have to. Matter of fact, they have clauses where another grocery store can't come in. Yeah, people complain about Peoria, but you have to understand the weather here is pretty damn nice compared to other places. And I'm not just saying like the weather. I'm talking about shit in the air. Some of them big cities got so much shit in the air. Peoria don't have all that. Y'all better start loving on y'all city because I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be your city much longer. They see y'all complaining. They like, y'all can get the fuck out. Yep. You don't like it? Yep. Yep. As soon as we get out, they gonna turn this bitch into like, I'm telling you, Peoria finna be nice. You gotta put yourself in the right positions to win. The right, you gotta position yourself to win. That's what I'm saying. You gotta position yourself to win. But that includes health, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. That all includes health, because here's one thing where black people mess up the most, especially black men. I'm talking about black men. We get all of this money. We ball hard. We do all. I mean, oh, we ball hard. We go get it. We go get it. Just grind every day. But we don't go to the doctor. We don't get checked out. We don't eat right. So at the end of the day, we make all of this money, get to like 45, start having issues, health problems. Oh, it's just a part of life. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. High blood pressure, I knew it was gonna happen. Don't get shit checked out. Get 50, and then hold on. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I can hear you now. I was gonna see your money. Well, I just got my money anyway. So how much was it total? Yeah. Just send me a request. On a podcast. Okay, yeah, I need y'all to put that desk together. But I don't know. I might go to the poetry thing. I think I need to finish the month out with something. So yeah, definitely. Probably gonna be need two people, but so y'all can't be breaking it, man. I think it's like it's most mainly glass. I think it's half glass. I think. So I got really be. You know what I'm saying? But y'all do that. That definitely help out. All right, bet. Yep, yep. I'm gonna hit you back later if you up. Oh yeah, do that, and I can just hit that pay or whatever. Yeah, yeah. He said, "I didn't call you back. You don't call me back. When did you call me? You called me on here or messenger. I gotta give you my charger, y'all. Y'all. uh, Should I start this over? Yeah, I'm telling you, this is gonna be power. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get my charger, and I'm gonna start this back. Y'all have. I'm telling y'all. Listen, you got to hear what I'm trying to tell y'all about grocery stores and the reason why these grocery stores are closing. I just dropped some knowledge on you to let you know what I know, and you can go look it up for yourself. Anything that, matter of fact, anything that I say, go look it up for yourself. About the water. Okay, let me see. So your thing was you was talking about water and the heights. See, I didn't want to say it was the heights because I didn't want to get put the heights out there because I live, I don't want people to be like, man, you fucking up the heights. So I didn't want to say where it was at, but y'all can still hear me. But yeah, no, I think because my pipes have always been bad. I think, but they said like everybody pipes in the East Bluff is bad. In fact, they said East Bluff. I'm sorry, in the Heights is bad. They said that like if you fill up your swimming pool, and I've done this before. They said if you fill up your swimming pool, like your water would be brown. and it have a brown tint, and it does. It have brown haze on it because the water is something in the pipes or whatever. I don't know if it was it was, you know, you did it wasn't it's your thing, but my pipes have always been like that. When I moved in, I got pictures and video of my pipes being that color, like a rust tin color. I got to run my water for a while, you know. So my fault. I'll be busy, man. If it ain't about money, man, and I'm working on this big deal. I'm not saying it like that, but I'm working on this big deal for New Year's. Trying to make sure that's tight and down pack. I had to do that thing for Phil before he got locked up. Things just be moving, and I gotta do everything myself. So the beard oil, yeah, I see the beard, the hair, these products. Man, I had like 5 companies contact me today. Like that's a blessing. Today was the first day I put it out there, and I had like 5, 6 companies contact me today. That's crazy. Had to be throughout Peoria, and the restaurants were not serving drinks because of the water issue. No, this was this, but like I said, they've always had issues. They've always had issues with the water, right? But I'm saying they had a fire like down the street from my house. That's why they had to shut the water off then. But I know the East, but I know the Heights. I keep saying I know the Heights always have to flush. You in the summertime, you always see them flushing them hydrants out. They don't do that shit in Peoria, but they gotta constantly do it in the Heights. They constantly flush them hydrants out. They said they'll let them hydrants run for a good. I mean, on blast, full blast. They let them hydrants run for at least a good 10, 15, 20 minutes. And you'd be like, damn, that's a lot of water. They go through each hydrant damn near and do that. Because that stuff is bad in there. Hey, what's up, Roxanne? Yeah, listen. And I got a confession to make. Okay, listen. I am so bad with like going to people's page and looking at people's picture and profile. Like, I feel like that's invasion, like looking at people's pictures. I've never done that. So I don't know what half the people look like, but I guess I'm gonna start doing that. Like, is that okay? Like, go look at y'all pictures so I can see what y'all look. Because I see y'all name. I have like a lot of people. I think I'm almost like 300,000 people or views this last 20 days. I'm like 300,000 views. So that's a lot of people. And that's just on one platform. That's a lot of people. My basketball videos are blowing up. Like listen, oops, I forgot, man. Okay, we're gonna go through some of these comments because she was saying wow about the grocery store. And then if y'all didn't hear before, like I said, if a grocery store is somewhere in a neighborhood, like where they were, those 2 locations in Peoria, Wisconsin, and what's the other one? Wisconsin and I forgot what that Madison Park, Wisconsin, and Madison Park. Um, if a grocery store moves from that location, then they have clauses where another grocery store cannot come and be in that location for like 15 years. Like, so that's what I was talking about. She said, "Good evening, Johnny." Hi, good evening, Roxanne. I like that name, Roxanne. That was like in the 80s, like that Roxanne was like the hottest name somebody could have. I don't know if it's like that today in 2024. But back in the days, Roxanne was like Roxanne. Oh, to be your man. She said, "Ooh, Roxanne said." She said, "Yeah, listen, Roxanne, I want to be your man." I'm just joking. But yeah, that was a hot name back then. And then oh yeah, thank you. Please thank. What did I say? I said Madison Park. Thank you, Herman Highway. So thank you correcting me so that way I don't look crazy. Oh, on Herman Highway. Now listen, on Herman Highway, they used to have 2 grocery stores. They used to have Eagles and Kroger's. And Eagles like, I mean, I guess it was like an eagle. They came in, swooped in, went right back out. Eagles came in. You're like, Eagles said, shit. The people started coming up from the what's that, the Harrison Homes? Shit. Yeah. They would have shit to do with it, didn't they? They didn't have shit to do with Peoria. That's fucked up. We kind of see Eagles. I said, was that Eagles? Was that Eagles? That's crazy. Somebody tried to argue with me one time. It's like, nigga, there wasn't no grocery store there. Like, I'm always in church. I'm like, nah, nigga. I'm from the old school. Nigga, they used to be Eagles. Nah, nigga. I know my POS. They used to be Eagles. Stop playing. Oh, okay. Let me get caught up. And then still songs after songs. UTFO. Is that who sung Roxanne? Roxanne? Yeah, they used to go back and forth. That was crazy. That was true hip hop. Sure did. Yeah, they came and swooped in. And then what's with the store supposedly open? So this is my thought. So if stores have clauses like that, I'm sure like that spot has some type of clause where they couldn't open it first. So maybe that's what they waiting out. I don't know. I thought that the other day. I went down there and I still didn't see like stuff being put in there. There's a sign. Shit, it's a sign on the window saying coming soon. That's like, look, that's still like a mixtape coming soon. It's gonna drop any day now. Shit. Get ready. Get ready. Shit. That's stuff that drop any day. Don't even ask, don't ask no shit like that no more. Straight up. Don't be asking about when they open. When you go, nah, don't be asking about when you go open. Shit. As a matter of fact, don't ask about them. That's like we're supposed to be in the hood. We can't, man. That's some, I ain't gonna say strange shit, but I don't know. They are supposed to go. Shit, look, if Kroger's come to the city and they gonna open up, they even have all that shit going on. Kroger, they be having fundraisers. Kroger is not be having no fundraisers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Blowing up balloons and shit. They gonna open. They gonna open. You gonna open. You gonna open. What the fuck you gonna do? No, I'm just playing. Johnny will no longer be allowed in that store. I'm gonna come with that store. They be looking at me like, nigga, what? Me mugging me in the fruit aisle. Nigga, it's just comedy. Okay, so she said it was Eagles. Miracle Market by Harrison Holmes. I forgot about. Look, y'all, these stores be coming and going. That's fucked up. They open up and before that shit can expire, they go. Cause you know some shit. You know some things they take a while to expire. Like what's that called? Rice Krispie treats. Before Rice Krispie treats expire, they close it. Rice Krispie treats still be good. Okay, make it caught up. Okay, collect yourself. Get yourself together, Johnny. Get it together. Okay, she said, damn, I can remember. She said Miracle Market by Harrison Holmes. Who else remember the Miracle Market? That was crazy. And then she said me either. She can't remember either. That sign. Been there. I thought that sign was improvement. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Time out. Foul of the play. Hold on. Time out. Now you put a sign up. Now you know how niggas is. Now come on now. If you gonna put a sign up, that mean you coming soon. Look, if I man, straight up, you finna have a concert, you finna have a show at Vibe. You can't put your sign up a year in advance. You can't put your sign up a year in advance, fam. You can't do shit like that. You gotta wait till your shit about to drop. You can't keep us anticipating like that. We try to eat straight up. We want to eat too. We want to eat too. Straight up. Okay. I meant to say been there. Yeah, I know what you meant. Shit, I know what you meant. Ain't go to bed. That shit should have been. I mean, never mind. And she said, "Johnny, go to bed." Man, what? I don't get. Man, if I get off this podcast, I'm gonna go straight to the doing some videos that I need to do. But we didn't even play the video yet. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have got to see the video. So I think I might start because I got a phone call. I got interrupted. Y'all got to see this video. It's getting hot in here. Jeez. I'm gonna turn this heat down. But it's true. Laughter burns calories, and I ain't even exercising. So it's a good exercise right here. Okay, so now for real, we are in a food desert. That's what I said. I said in the podcast, we are in a food desert. Keep them comments coming. We'll try to get to everybody. But we are in a food desert. There is no food. A definition of a food desert. No, stop. We're not going to just throw shit out there. Okay? We're not going to throw words out there. None of that. The definition of food desert is no food for a mile or a mile and a half away. So that means from the East Bluff, right about, no, I say in McClure, but a little bit further down, from there all the way to Manual and beyond a little bit, it's a food desert. That's a huge food desert. And normally the only thing that's left in a food desert are corner stores and shit like that, and liquor stores and churches. Churches and churches chicken. You got both churches. You got churches. You got churches chicken. Pick your which one you want. Okay, so she said, okay, let me see here. Now, nah, though, for real, we're in a food desert. Yeah, we're talking about that. What's up, champ? Oh, what up? What up? Now they're trying to make Peoria a tourist city but without stores. Sad but true. So I mean, just the thought, just what you said right there. And somebody said that earlier, and I do kind of believe that, Roxanne, that they try to make it a tourist. But I believe they're gonna bring the grocery stores back after the 15 years, and they just start everybody out. Then they probably try to bring the grocery stores back because people ain't gonna live where ain't no grocery stores. At. You said church and chicken close to damn, damn. We look, yeah, we doomed. When the church's chicken closed, Lord have mercy. You can close anything else. You can close a Popeyes. Take Popeyes. Yeah, black people say, take Popeyes. Take KFC. No, don't take no KFC. But no, let me stop playing because people don't think I'm chicken crazy. I like chicken. But listen, that's what I'm just speaking of. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all think chicken is healthy food, right? Not true. It may be healthier than the other BS. Damn, KFC closed. Fuck! It's Armageddon up in this bitch. Where am I get some chicken from? Arabs. Yeah, it's a wealth transfer right now. And I don't even have to define what that is. You should be intelligent enough to figure out what the fuck I just said. But right now, since the pandemic, when the pandemic hit and they closed all the stores and allowed them to stay open, it's a wealth transfer. But guess what? We not in it. We it skipped over us. Mexicans are getting it. They getting it. Arabs in, they getting it. How many of your friends you know broke as fuck? I mean, like broke for real. Mm-mm. Man, this is gonna be a tough Christmas. I told my kids Christmas canceled this year. It's over with. Okay, let's see here. So, what are you drinking on? Oh, I got this vibe here. I got this vibe. I got that Kroger. It's only 99 cents right now. And don't be going buying them up, y'all. Fuck that. You drink one of these. That's what the dude when I bought it. I see said you drink one of these. What he say? He said you drink one of these, you're gonna be on your way. What white man? But I knew what he was talking about. I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, I want to be on my way. And you're gonna be on your way. I'm telling you. I don't know what the fuck he said, but I knew what the fuck he said. You're gonna be one of these, you're gonna be on your way. I'm sorry, y'all. My mouth gets dry right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm getting older, I guess. That's why I always keep water. I need to keep some more water by me. Okay, so we either got to go to East Peoria or Bartonville on the south side. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's something you and I can do because we have cars. Like my main car is hurt right now, so I had to hurry up emergency and buy another car by the grace of God. And like I'm gonna have to get that checked out soon because it's acting kind of strange. But just think about like the grandmas who need that medicine right now. I mean, they already hit us with the short hours. Some people don't even get off work in time to go catch these stores from being open. I remember when I used to get off work late, and still run to Kroger's and catch some food to eat. And I could go to Kroger's and get some fresh food. But now just think about it, it's closed. Ain't you know what I'm saying? Like they already shut the hours down to where you if you want anything after a certain period of time, you have to go to the Arabs. We are dependent on the Arabs. I don't think y'all understand that. That's sad as fuck. We are dependent on the Arabs. Without them, you wouldn't eat past a certain time. You wouldn't get high past a certain time. You definitely wouldn't get drunk past a certain time. And that's what we feel. It seems like we want the most after hours is liquor, cigarettes, blunts. All that should be gone. We depend on another race for our. I'm not gonna say survival, but survival. They know that. That's why they tax the fuck out of us. I was saying the other day. I live like where I live at. Gas is always cheaper than on South End, and people have way more money here. Way more money. But gas is always cheaper on the gas is always more expensive on the South End. That's what I meant to say. Gas is always more expensive on the South End. Always. Y'all not paying attention. Um, and then she said KFC closed, churches, chicken closed too. Yeah, that was funny. You funny. And then yeah, big up for that. You funny. KFC closed, and then all of them no more KFC. What about the one in Bartonville? Is the KFC in Bartonville open? Don't say KFC in Bartonville not open. The KFC in Galesburg was open, and they got a $5 special every day of the week. You get 2 pieces of chicken, nigga. You get a biscuit, my nigga. You get gravy, my nigga, with the mashed potatoes, my nigga. And all you gotta do is ask for a cup, and you get whatever drink you want to get, because they ain't gonna say shit. And get them, and they gonna say shit. It's like, give me a drink. Let me get the water cup. Niggas will water cup you to death. Let's see here. We paying more for less. It's like a good comment. Why didn't I see that? All the clothes. We paying more for less. And then Haddad is still there. Yep, Haddad. Listen. Um when I show you this video, you're gonna understand what Haddad is doing and what all of those people are doing across the country, not just here, but everywhere with their store burning down. They mentioned that, and they not even from here. You got to watch this video. I'm telling you, I'm gonna drop it here in a little bit. I think I'm gonna start this again because or maybe I'll just play it, but I don't know. I don't want y'all to leave off of here because y'all niggas got short attention span. Like, nigga, I got things to do. I ain't got shit to do. A lot for real. I see some people I try to help, but I'm a good hearted person. And office kindness get taken for granted. Yeah, always your kindness is always gonna get taken for granted because that's the nature of people. We devour our weak. The most successful people in the world are the most cutting and assholes out there. So you tell me who winning. Back in the days, we get drunk and still be in church on Sunday. It's absolute not. Yeah, because the drugs and liquor too strong. Like the fuck, people drink more. People drink way more. Like I know my dad and stuff drink, but like, damn, I don't know if they drink like we drink. I'm drinking now. We drink like it's. We drink like, damn. Hold on, I gotta turn this heat down. Why do we drink so much? I don't understand. Like that's not even good for our bodies. But we drink. But these females out here, they drink. These females drink more than the guys. That's all you gotta do is get a female come to the party, be like free liquor, and they coming. I don't understand why people have to drink so much, but we drink. It makes us feel good. It's so I got Costco. I go to Costco. It's reasonable prices. Yeah, I mean, oh, what was the question I asked? Oh, the KFC in Bartonville. She says closed. Oh wow, that's crazy. I need to go to Costco's. So I wonder if the one in Galesburg is open. See, I have to understand when these stores close, that's people losing their jobs. People, some of them people been there for like 15 years, 20 years. That's all they know. Some of the older people, that's all they know is KFC. To get 3-piece. That shit ain't funny, but I'm just saying. That's all the fuck they know. Give it 3-piece. Where they gonna go? Arabs, they finna hire them people to fry no chicken. They bringing their own people in. They ain't not finna hire nobody. Only thing Arabs gonna hire people us to do is sweep floors if they hire us in the store. Boss. Yeah, we the boss, all right. Shit. Let you be 50 cents short. You the boss until you 50 cents short. Just shit. Get the fuck out. I thought I was a boss. Nigga, you're no boss. I'm just playing. I'm just having a good time. I don't know. Okay. I'm getting settled down. Damn. Okay, here we go. And share it too. If I play it, share it. Here we go. Damn.
You put poor food in the communities. All these things are designed to shorten your life expectancy. All these things are designed to give you physical issues and mental issues. These things are designed to keep you from thriving. The powers that be that are making that money at the top, they trying to kill us.
Make sure y'all sharing this. This is key.
Ferguson is located in St. Louis, Missouri, like what they call the north side of St. Louis. So this is the neighborhood I grew up in, right in Ferguson. We had a bunch of child deaths, but it was a very close-knit neighborhood. My sophomore year in high school, we lost like 6 kids, but it seemed like it was always every year. We lost kids every year. So this house right here, good friend of mine was actually shot in his driveway right there. I remember him warming up his car, and he never made it to school that day. That's just how the neighborhood was. So this is right outside of my mom's neighborhood. This church is the entrance street to the neighborhood. And if you can see over in the far corner, there actually used to be a basketball court there. That basketball court was a savior for a lot of us. It kept us out of trouble. But he ended up having to take it down because you would think would have been on a church lot, there was no violence, but actually somebody got killed on that parking lot. So they had to take the court down. You think you'll have a fist-to-fist fight and somebody brings out a weapon. I got sliced right here in the chest in another fight. The police here were known to be totally on the bad side.
Ferguson was known for the police, snatching you up. They'd be hiding out. It was a place where you definitely drove the speed limit, got yourself together, got in and out. You didn't really mess around over there, even as a kid, even, in the car with your moms. Once you kind of crossed this certain street, sit down, act quiet.
From all the people that I knew that I met up after leaving here, nobody had even heard of Ferguson until.
There is growing outrage tonight after an unarmed African-American teenager was shot and killed by police in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson, Missouri.
Michael Brown graduated from high school earlier this spring and was to begin college next week.
God bless his soul. Police shot this boy outside my apartment.
Reaction to the grand jury's decision left destruction in the streets of Ferguson this morning. Rioting protesters are furious that Officer Darren Wilson will face no
Y'all just watch it. It's
charges
making
in
a
the shooting
point.
death of Michael Brown.
He was a role model for some. He stood up for a lot. Everybody just was attached to him, I guess it was just his spirit,
This is what they're dealing with in the city,
Mike
like
wasn't the
every
first
day. This is
kid
one
that has
incident.
been
This is every
killed.
day.
And for
Everyday
people
life
to
there.
come out in the numbers the way they did was just like unbelievable. But it matched who he was, He was a loving, giving person, always willing to help.
Y'all think Peoria
and
bad?
It's no different than what I believe he would have done if it was one of his friends.
Sadly, black kids getting shot by cops is nothing new.
Listen,
Close to 500 black and brown people in the U.S. are killed by police every year, and most of them are youth.
who getting shot
Black
in Peoria by
Americans are
cops?
2.5 times more likely to be murdered by police than white Americans. But it's not just the cops you have to worry about growing up here. Black youth are 14 times more likely to die from guns than white kids of the same age. Across all ages,
Wow.
Black Americans are 504% more likely to die by
Yes.
homicide
Yes.
than white Americans.
The
Listen,
violence in St. Louis, we stay on the top
St.
of the
Louis.
charts, and I don't like how people brag about it. It's not nothing to brag about, but it has always been this way.
St. Lunatics.
You know what I'm saying? I remember back
Murphy's
in like
League.
93 when I was a little itty bitty pup, and I seen things that I know I wasn't supposed to see. You know what I'm saying? And I know that it came with all the gangs and
They started that
things of
shit.
that
State
nature.
lunatics. State lunatics.
Drugs came in heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know an uncle or a parent that's not, you know what I'm saying? So we went through it all. It hit us hard in St. Louis. I know that for a fact.
Drugs affected my family.
My birth mother was addicted to crack cocaine when I was born, and she
Listen.
planned on basically selling me for drug money. But thankfully, my grandmother intervened.
And I did everything but get on my knees to beg
East
her.
St. Louis bad. Yes.
And found out that she had already signed
Listen.
papers
She
to
signed the papers
actually
to sell him.
have you adopted
He was gone.
for the nice sum of $2,000, by the way.
$2,000. He was
And
gone.
I didn't find that out until 2 weeks before you were born. So I legally adopted you as mine.
He would have been some
you
drug
were
dealer's
never
son.
my grandchild. You've always been my child. Always treated you as my child. Always called you as my child. People ask, your grandchild or your child?
I told y'all it's finna get deep. It's finna get
this
deep.
day.
I'm telling y'all, it's finna get
Growing
deep.
up the way I had, I was painfully aware of the reality of drugs and violence. Over 15,000 people are murdered in the U.S. every year, and over 70,000 people die from drug overdoses. Mainstream media always seems so heavily focused on drugs and guns in Black and brown communities, but they never talk about how they got there. The government permits more gun shops in Black neighborhoods and has knowingly allowed drugs to be dumped in low-income communities. While mainstream media won't talk about this story, you know who does?
Okay, it's gonna turn, y'all. Listen.
Hip-hop. Hip-hop was born out of the whole idea and the concept of setting the record straight.
Most of the time, what you're hearing in hip-hop is actually what's going on day to day on the concrete in the street. A hip-hop artist is like a news reporter.
You know, telling the stories of the people, just keeping it real in their lyrics, you know, keeping people on point.
So hip hop is a voice. It's got the message out, like, this is what's going on in our communities.
Those were the first people that was basically speaking on justice in our community.
I think it's crucial that we take the current events of the world, take that, put it in art form, into a rhyme.
Or like a reporter that says it in a way that makes you dance.
In a relatable, understandable way that made me passionate about it.
Hip hop is like the CNN of the hood, right?
Hip hop was
CNN
created
of the hood
because of the lack of justice in our communities.
Hip hop was built on the Black struggle.
It's gonna take a whole different turn, y'all. Listen, please share.
From a need for social justice.
What other platform has even honored our right to speak and speak our story? And
I have no idea.
So it was always about social awareness. I learned a lot of what was happening through hip hop.
A lot of the familiar themes I was accustomed to hearing in hip hop had mirrored what I experienced myself. But a line from Stick from Dead Prayers stopped me in my tracks.
4 diets kill more brothers than pistols.
Wait, what'd he say?
4 diets kill more brothers than pistols.
Mainstream media is always talking about Black on
4
Black
diets
killings,
kill more
but I've never
people
seen
than
them talking about
pistols.
us dying from what we eat. But I found out, actually, the leading cause
What?
of death in African Americans is heart disease, cancer,
Leading cause of
stroke,
death.
and diabetes. Almost half of all African Americans have some form of cardiovascular disease, and close to 1 in 5 have diabetes.
I don't know life without diabetes.
Taking us out.
2-time cancer survivor.
Why does my family have high blood pressure?
My dad has fatty liver disease and diabetes now.
What?
My family is running rampant with diseases.
Why does my family have diabetes?
I have family members with diabetes. I have family members with heart disease.
Why does my family have heart disease?
Why? Why are we not asking these questions?
Heart attack. Why is my family dealing with these issues?
What?
What is that?
Damn, that's right. My own family was dealing with these diseases too. When my mother was diagnosed with colon cancer, it shook us all. It particularly hit hard seeing someone I love so much go through so much pain. My mom has always been such an incredibly strong woman. She's the rock of the family. But watching her go through cancer treatment was the first time ever I heard her ask for help. She took on raising me by herself in her 40s, even though she didn't have to, because she never backed down from what needed to be done. Seeing my mom suffer, I needed answers to why this is happening to her and the community. So I went on a mission to speak with experts around the country.
Most of the heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure, and even much of the autoimmune problems that we see, such as lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel diseases, is a direct outgrowth of the way that people eat.
Nearly half of all deaths from heart disease, stroke, and diabetes are directly attributable to a poor diet. So not to smoking, not to being sedentary, not to your family history or your genes, but literally directly related to a poor diet.
Many of the chronic diseases that used to be associated with older people, such as diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, cardiovascular disease, are now manifesting in millennials.
If you want to learn how to edit really well from professional Hollywood editors, we're going to show you the stuff that nobody else is teaching. I'm talking about
Let me hold on. Let me pause this real quick. But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all want me to continue playing it? Yep, I didn't know. Yeah. Inbox please to me. Yeah, I'm gonna do I might do like a consultation class or whatever online so people can see like so but yeah, definitely. But what do y'all think about this? I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Realize while these diseases are affecting huge segments of the population, they are disproportionately affecting African Americans. Black Americans are 30% more
Look
likely
who's
to
getting
die from
affected.
heart disease than white Americans. Black Americans are 40% more likely to die from stroke than white Americans. Black Americans are 2 times more likely to die from diabetes than white Americans. Black Americans are 2 times more likely to die from stomach cancer than white Americans.
Listen.
African American men, 60% more likely to end up with prostate cancer than Caucasian men. That when we develop prostate cancer, we get much more aggressive and deadly forms of the disease. So that once an African American man gets prostate cancer, we're more than twice as likely to die from it.
A lot of the rates of these illnesses, especially diabetes and cancer, kidney failure, is sometimes 2 to 3 times higher in a Caucasian population.
Why are Black folks dying from these diseases at such higher rates? I know they said it was diet, but it seems like it has to be something with genetics, right?
Like my grandma go, well, my arthritis cutting up and my rheumatism bad and I can't see and I got gout. I'm starting to lose my teeth, but at least I got my health. Like what?
Right. Everybody heard that
do
shit.
Have genetic
Everybody heard that shit
susceptibility
before.
to certain diseases.
It's everywhere.
But having a genetic susceptibility to a disease will only come into play if you're in a high-risk environment. It's the diet that's driving the disease.
Burgers.
There may be vulnerabilities that are
chicken.
genetically modulated, but it's the
Steak.
epigenetic variables. It's the diet, the lifestyle that's going to be determining whether those vulnerabilities are turned on or not turned on.
You stay away from that diet, you're going to be all right.
That's the doctor telling you.
There was a study published in 2017 that showed that a poor diet was a diet that was high in processed meats, a diet that's high in sodium, and a diet that's high in sugar-sweetened beverages. Just eating those foods is responsible for half of deaths from heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. And in this study, what emerged was that there were racial and ethnic disparities there because among Blacks and among Latinos, their percentage of deaths due to heart disease, stroke, and diabetes was even higher as it relates to poor diet.
Johns Hopkins compared 2 different communities in Baltimore. One community was an affluent white community and the other one was a low-income Black community. What they found was that there was a 20-year life expectancy difference. The main thing that they were able to pinpoint was that there was a huge difference in what they were eating.
When you're in an impoverished neighborhood, you don't have a Whole Foods next to you, but you'll definitely have a KFC. You'll definitely have a Wendy's. You'll definitely have a McDonald's.
Talk about that.
Burger King. You know what I mean?
All the fast food chains, they put them in neighborhoods that are more prone to being affected by the things that they're putting in them. And it's on purpose.
It's by design. It is not accidental.
Oh my God.
That this is what's in the hood and this is what's over there.
Oh my God.
Came from a poor neighborhood. Fried chicken.
Oh my God.
Burger
Fried
King,
chicken.
Pizza.
It was Pop-Tarts and macaroni and cheese, Philly cheesesteaks.
Nothing but canned foods, boxed foods, processed foods galore.
It was always a candy bar, Twinkies, or a cupcake, or something.
Always.
Processed. We ate to survive.
Well, trying to eat a healthy diet in a world designed to make you fat, sick, and miserable is a difficult process. It's even more difficult if it's physically difficult to even get access to health-promoting food. So if you happen to live in a neighborhood where there's not access to whole natural foods easily available, it's going to be even more difficult, more roadblocks.
On all of these corners, all it is fast food restaurants. Tell me the last time you seen like a Whole Foods or fresh fruit and stuff like that over in the hood. It's like systemic. Food deserts describe basically a number of grocery stores within a community and how far they are.
Food deserts, represented in red, show neighborhoods without grocery stores within a half mile. When overlaid with the neighborhood's predominant race, it's clear to see that food deserts disproportionately affect African Americans and communities of color. Even when adjusted for income, Black and brown communities have less access to healthy foods than their equally impoverished white counterparts.
Only about 8% of African Americans even live in communities that have a grocery store in them.
In the food deserts,
they
you
lying
only have the
to us.
opportunity to eat what's in the desert.
Everything in the hood is how much? $1.99. You get two for $1. So your mother, who doesn't have much, gives you $5. You gonna try to make that stretch. It's easy to make a stretch because you can get 10-piece nuggets for $1.
Unhealthy foods, fast foods, you go to the corner store, you get a sandwich with lunch meat. We all know lunch meat's not good for you. There's no reason for us to even be eating that.
Then you could go to the corner store and you could get you like a 75-cent juice. It's not even
Instagram disconnected me.
Juice, it's like colored liquid,
but it's cheaper and it's accessible and it's what people grow up on.
Look, that's what we get.
Eat what my parents eat.
I got that the other day.
At places that they go to
Same
eat,
juice.
and they take me to eat at places that are convenient.
I got that juice the other day. Same juice.
It becomes a generational thing.
Look
My
out
mom
here.
bought McDonald's for me, or my mom prepared fried foods and processed foods every day for dinner. So that's what I do for my children.
Well, most kids in lower income, they face not having any food.
It is easier to obtain food that is hazardous than it is to obtain food that is nurturing.
The trip is we keep calling it food, and it's not food. They don't
Not
have
food.
Death is cheap. You can get $5 Kentucky Fried Chicken, $5 Burger King, $5 Taco Bell. Everything is garbage and cheap.
People living in poverty are trying to survive.
Ain't nobody got no gas money to be going all across town if we got a car.
Listen,
so it had to
Walgreens.
be something right around here. What's available and what's the cheapest? You know, that's pretty much how we making those decisions in the hood.
Economics also dictates which type of stores will be available.
I lived in a poor neighborhood, I lived in a middle-class neighborhood, and I lived in a wealthy neighborhood. It's a big difference between the food that's just there and the
Yeah,
markets
true.
you go to.
We don't
It's a
want to
big
hear it.
difference in
We
the
don't want to
quality
hear
of
it.
food.
If you go to a more
We're gonna let them do what they gotta do.
You'll see
Hold on.
competition
I'm gonna
amongst
say this.
healthy food stores.
Hold on.
Right?
Who is it? Roxanne? Roxanne. We don't care. We're gonna let them do what they want to do. That's why I only got 2 people on this live. This live should be busting. But it ain't about fighting. It's not about somebody snapping out. We don't care. It's gonna go under the radar. They'll continue doing what they doing across the country. Anybody who try to say something about anything, you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. And I'm not advocating this stuff. I'm just saying this is something interesting that I seen, and it seems like it lines up with what's going on today. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying that it's something that's I'm gonna give that. Johnny does not stand by any of these statements, but it makes you say, So let's watch a little bit more. But people don't want to hear it though. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit too. I'm sorry I had it low. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
Whereas in black neighborhoods, you see competitions amongst convenience stores.
You go to Beverly Hills, you ain't seeing no Popeyes, bro. You ain't seeing no check cashing store.
Yeah, it's fast food, liquor store, bail bonds.
And gun shops.
And gun shops.
Yeah. In the United States, there are more gun shops and gun dealers than there are grocery stores. In fact, there are close to 15,000 more gun dealers than grocery stores. And yet again, with Baltimore, they are disproportionately located in communities of color. City councils and planning commissioners will often permit more liquor stores in communities of color than they will in white communities.
They know what they're doing.
Not only are there fewer grocery stores in these communities, but some chains are actually preventing new grocery stores from opening up even after they've left the neighborhood, further robbing a community of access to healthy food.
A lot of grocery stores, they have clauses in there that when they leave,
Listen.
for the next 15 to 20 years, another grocery store can't operate there. So the community is left without an option.
There it
They're
is.
either on foot, they're on
They
the
know what the
bus,
fuck they
and
doing.
transportation is an obstacle. There's a rule for traveling on the bus, you can only have 2 grocery bags.
What?
Yeah. So if you're going grocery shopping and there's a 2-bag limit,
But your kids
and you're
shoplifting.
feeding
They
a
told you your
family
kids are shoplifting
of
too much.
4 or 5 maybe, Or what? Yeah, you're restricted. I mean, there's so many things that prevent low
They blame your
income people
badass
of
kid.
color from being healthy. How can you take
Gotta
a
wake
grocery store from a neighborhood and not allow another one to come?
It's an absolute travesty that we're living in a society where that kind of access to healthy food is denied to entire populations of people.
When listen, that's what I'm saying though. This is my whole point though. They told y'all badass kids was in there stealing, and they keep stealing. That's the story I heard. I heard that story yesterday that Walgreens closing down because too many black females and they're still in pregnancy tests. They'll tell you anything, and if you don't have proof, if you don't know this from that, we don't care. First of all, we don't care. If we don't know, it tells us anything. Oh yeah, damn, we stealing too much. Okay, well, this shit need to close then.
Markets were introduced, there were codes and laws and statutes that were passed that said you could no longer have more than 6 fruit trees in your front yard. You could no longer give your food to your neighbor. So those codes and statutes and laws are normally never written by oppressed people.
There's actually an active hand in making sure that we
Because
living like this. You have the
it's like I said, even with like the liquor, it's like we pacified. Like I have never seen us drink this much and smoke this much and do other shit, cocaine this much. We to a point we just pacify. We don't care. It's like, okay, all right, we don't care. We only worried about ourselves, and like I see people spend money. I see people. It's not about money. It's not about money because I see people spend money. I see people don't want to save money. You don't know how many people I run into who don't really care about saving money. They got money. People don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Some people they have too much money. They don't care. I'm not saying they have too much money, but they got a lot of money. They don't care about money like you and I care about money. I want to read her comment. She said, "Yes, this is all true. They can make 1,001 videos about it, and nothing's going to change. It is what it is. Yeah, it is. Can you imagine if they was like, well, we got to close the liquor store? Man, people have a fit. We that's what we want. We have choices. We don't have to live that way. We can choose to eat better and live better no matter where we live on South End Town. That and I seen this I'm gonna get you the other comment. I seen this I think it was like I would say 5 years ago, where like I was living on East Bluff and kids was getting up early because I used to get up and go get sticks. Like they would get up in the morning and go get a candy or some snacks for breakfast and stuff like that. Like we didn't grow up like that. We at least had like cereal and milk and stuff like that. But these kids are going like get snacks and the juice. And the thing about it is like their bodies are strong enough right now to where they can fight off disease. They probably getting sick too, but they brains aren't going to develop right because they're not getting the right type of nutrition. First of all, they would just go get some snacks and a juice. It wasn't like nothing. Even if they went and got some orange juice, I mean, the chances of it being that way. But and it like these people know that like these are adults in here like serving these kids that they know that they don't care. Like if it was a black person running the store, like they outdid the mom and pop stores when they close out. They'd be like, "Baby, you need to get a banana or an apple or something, baby, or here goes some orange juice." Man, these folks don't care. These the same folks who was finna sell us that funny weed. They was finna serve that shit to us until the government stepped in and said, "No, don't sell that to them black people. You'll have black people rock around like zombies." They was first on deck to sell us that shit. That should tell you right there. That shit was finna hit the hood worse than crack. And they was on deck. We got our shipment right here. Niggas, what y'all need? I'm being funny, but it's true. They was on deck with that shit. They tell them how to tell the Arabs, nah, slow down, chill out with that shit. We ain't trying to see them folks around here. I'm gonna say something, but I gotta be cautious what I say. We not trying to have them folks around here like zombies. We already scared as is. Shit. Slow down. That's when the government stepped in. The food prices are ridiculous. That's why I was telling people it's so expensive right now. Y'all, people are getting you pay $100 for prime ribs for Christmas Day. Listen, people are getting ready for Trump to come in. They're setting their prices. And I'm not down in Trump. So don't get on here and start taking it a different way. But he said he's gonna put tariffs on things, right? So that means other countries are gonna have to pay. Somebody got to flip the bill, and majority of people who I heard said they're gonna have to flip the bill is us. If you have Ravers or somebody, or anybody buying anything from out of overseas, and they got to pay more, who you think gonna pay? It's gonna be Ravers that pay more. So Ravers right now, and they can. All these greedy corporations are like, now I can raise my prices because I see the future. None of these companies, like when I was at Caterpillar, when Caterpillar don't lay off because shit went raw for a few months. They could have hit a record. They could hit records. Caterpillar can hit records and lay off the next month. And you scratch your head and say, why? Why is that? It's because Caterpillar, those corporations make business decisions for the future. They predict. So in their head, and I heard it's crazy with Caterpillar because they do for like 10 years. So if they in their mind and they whatever they use formula, say to themselves, in 10 years, we ain't gonna be making as much money as we making, because they still gonna make money, but they say, if we ain't making as much money as we making, then we need to cut back now. And you'll see CEOs get raises when that time happens, then you'll see people get cut. That's corporate America. They don't give a fuck if you got kids, you got babies. I'm gonna make this decision. People gotta go. That's it. That's all it is. Let me play this video because I'm getting off into something else. I don't even know what I was talking about, but this shit, y'all got
excuse that there's not enough economics in this quote poor neighborhood, but yet there's tons of fast food places in the same community and liquor stores that are thriving. So the money is there. It's just the choice.
The money is there.
Not wanting to serve this community.
As I say, it's a wealth transfer right now.
It must be something else.
It's affecting Black and brown communities more than it's affecting other communities. That's just a fact.
They show you the lack of concern for the people of this community, the health of this community. The injustice isn't being fair.
You have to. I thought that too. Let's bust that. Let's bust that myth right now, Roxanne. Okay, I'm gonna bust that myth for you right now. Okay, we go after this is done with. We not gonna have. Listen, you say it's more expensive to eat healthy. I mean, you can find stuff that's healthy that's that's affordable. Okay, you know what I'm saying, like non-beef products. It may be a couple more dollars, but this is what I'm saying. For you, and maybe for your siblings and stuff, it's gonna be more expensive when those medical bills come in later on in life. So you gotta think of it like that. You can spend the money now, notice I said a couple extra dollars. I didn't realize I did that. Notice I said an extra couple of dollars when I was telling you how much more the food's gonna cost. It's gonna cost a couple extra dollars up front compared to on the tail end when it's gonna cost thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to fix a medical cancer or some type of medical issue. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of how you gotta think about it. Do it up front. You just gotta research on what is healthy and what's not healthy. We give our kids some bullshit, y'all. I swear, we give our kids bullshit food, and I'm guilty of it too. Sloppy Joes, because Sloppy Joes the feed. I have 4 or 5 kids. I make Sloppy Joes, fucking some fries, some crinkle cut fries, and Sloppy Joes, and I throw cheese on that bitch, and that should be fire. Everybody be like, damn. Throw a little bit of sugar in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna feed everybody. You want another burger? Bap, 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 bap. You want another burger? Shit. It just got the juice in it. That's us. We feeding our kids bullshit. The South End has a garden that gives away fresh vegetables and fruit, but no one shows up when the gates are open. Let me explain the reason why that is. Okay, because if you, that's very true. First of all, that's very true. So let's get that out the way. And Roxanne, you make some good points too. I just be trying to, what I'm saying, get into it. You give somebody processed food, because see, processed food, it tastes a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And you give somebody, you change somebody's taste buds for so long, then that's what they're gonna want. They not when they bite into a fruit or vegetable, it's not gonna taste good to them. You know what I'm saying? You can't process food takes a certain way. And hold on, I'm gonna get to y'all comments. Let me just say one thing. I'm gonna get to y'all comments because I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say. I'm gonna say this last thing, and then because say like I always say this point, like if you go to McDonald's, say you went to McDonald's and you go get a Big Mac, 'cause that's what you like. You get Big Mac, you get a fries, and you get a Dr. Pepper. What's your favorite drink? A Dr. Pepper or Pepsi? So you go get those three things. Everybody had that Big Mac, French fries with salted French fries, and a Dr. Pepper or a Coke. Let's say a Coke. Okay. So what we say, a Big Mac, little extra sauce, no pickles. We don't want too many onions, and we want fries, salted. I like ketchup, and I like a Dr. Pepper, or if you got Dr. Pepper or tea. Okay, so we want Dr. Pepper or tea. So yeah, we want the Dr. Pepper. So I'm gonna do this one last time to make sure we get it right. And I'm trying to make a point. Stick with me. So we got a Big Mac, and I want my shit fresh. I want Big Mac. I want a little bit extra mac sauce. I want 2 pieces of cheese because I got a little bit. I got my taxes. I want 2 pieces of cheese. Not a lot of onions. Definitely no pickles. Okay, no pickles. I want fries, and I want my fries salted. I want a medium fries, and like Roxanne, I'm finna treat her. Get Roxanne, get her a Dr. Pepper. Now, I did that, and I said that many times because look at what your brain did. Your brain automatically started tasting that shit before we even got there. That's how powerful your brain is. And with processed food, when you get that taste in your mouth, that Dr. Pepper, that tea, when your brain processes it, that's like you crack and dope. That's like you on crack and dope. When them dopamines, that's the same thing as if you hitting crack or dope, baby. You addicted. It took me to get away from that shit to understand that. Now I don't long for it, but you even get to a point. I'm gonna tell you how powerful it is, and that's how your brain play. We ain't even see it. We ain't even see it, but I want a Dr. Pepper. We ain't even see it, but our mind is so powerful. We start picturing in our head. So imagine what happens when you drive by. Imagine what happens when you drive by. Yo, mouth will start watering. Oh, I gotta get me that tomorrow. I gotta go get me one tomorrow. You might even think like that. I gotta get one tomorrow. You gonna plan in your brain. You gonna lock in your brain. You gonna lock in your brain tomorrow to go get one. That's crazy. Nobody goes there when it's open. Okay, so let me get caught up. She said, you're telling the truth about tariff prices. Yeah, it's true. And then my youngest daughter begs me to move out of Peoria and go to Florida where she is. She came in town today and said, "Ma, Peoria has a dock car over." Yeah, that's what people feel like. Even the kids, and that's why I said the other day, even the kids are starting to feel it now. And that's sad that we just pass it on to our kids. Whatever it is, whatever the fuck it is that we did and we doing, we passing that on to them. Ugly. Yes, that's true. But how many are educated about our health? Not a lot. Like I literally lost my reputation trying to be healthy and teach people how to be healthy. We're gonna read the last one, and then we're gonna go on to the video because I want y'all to watch a little bit more. But it's cool because I don't want algorithms to like take it down too. So I want to make sure I have my breaks. I got Too many dietary appointments. I'm always trying to talking to a weight loss surgery when I am asking for help to eat more healthy things and choices. Okay, I just want to read it. I got too many dietary appointments. I am always trying to get talking to a weight loss surgery when I am asking for help to eat more healthy things and choices. But it's hard though, Roxanne. How old are you? How old are you, Roxanne? No, we're gonna talk about it. How old are you? No, just how old are you? I don't want to about. I want to know how old are you? Over 1,000 calories, Dr. Pepper. You want to hear something like that? That sugar is more addictive than opiates. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It is. So okay, so you're 53. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that, and that's what this video is gonna show you. That people who produce this stuff, that's why they put sugar in candy, because they addicting our kids early on. They're like a drug dealer, but for years they've been man. Imagine when you was young and you went in a store, you saw a piece of candy. Imagine how you felt. You feel that way today. I'm 53 years. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I go back. Okay, so she's 53. Okay, so now with females, it's a little bit different because y'all can but with guys, that's what I do know about with guys. When guys turn 35, 40, like something changes in them. And like I said, it's a little bit different with females. But guys, when we turn that, something changes in us. We lose what they call testosterone. That gives us ability to like get stiff. That gives us we lose the ability to gain muscle and things like that. We lose the ability to lose weight. Like our body, a lot of stuff in our bodies just start like they start shutting off. You know what I'm saying? If we're not taking care of ourselves. That's why I said 30, 40. It used to be 40, but the way we eat now, it's like 35. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff you're gonna stop losing. That's why, like somebody who in their 40 can't, who if you ain't never been cut and worked out, you ain't finna go in the gym and just lift weights and get because your muscles are not gonna respond to that. Your muscles, unless you, like I said, unless you pumping up with testosterone and protein a lot. That's what I had to do. I had to really like those two things, lots and lots and lots and lots of testosterone and protein in order to get muscle like this at my age because those things are gone. Um, but with you being 53, it's going to be hard for you to lose weight that way. So that's why they're telling you do a surgery because you're just going on a regular diet. I mean, I have things I could suggest for you that I think that I know will work, but that's something that you would have to, you know, you have to commit to and doing that too. And it's going to take a little longer, but you just working out. I would tell anybody. I mean, even going to the gym. I think sometimes the gym is a kind of a big scam. A gym is for you getting fit. The gym is for you really toning up. That's what I would say. A gym is for more you toning up. But for losing weight starts with what you eat and what you eat. That's like one of the biggest things is what you eat. And that's why I tell people about like my products because my products like they advance what you're doing. I would never just go to the gym and just be like, oh, if I go to the gym and eat fruits and vegetables. No, hell no. I take other things so it maximizes my workout. So if I go to the gym, if I take my vitamins and go to the gym, it's like I took 1,000 things. I mean, it's like I went to the gym 3 times opposed to me going to the gym once. Why would I want to go to the gym once and do a 30-minute workout where really, if I, depending on what I ate that day, 30-minute workout might not be enough. So I take vitamins and shit like that. So I know no matter what I do, I can go to the gym and walk around the gym court and it's gonna boost my, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna do more for me than somebody who go work on play basketball for an hour. So no, you're not gonna be just do it like that. That's what they're saying to you. Yeah, and then like I said, at that age, you're not gonna be able to just work because you got really, you got to really go the distance and stuff and sweat and all that and work. You're not gonna be able to do all that if you haven't been doing that up until now. Your body ain't gonna be able to absorb all that. You have to lose that weight first. I would recommend you lose more weight before you start working out. So how you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean weight loss. I mean surgery might be. I'm not telling you to do it, but it does sound like a path for you. I would do it if I could afford it. Maybe God is off me.
Really spread
Well,
around.
listen to this.
It's here, pocketed in our communities and communities of color. It does feel like they're trying to kill us. It feels as though we're trying to be rubbed out.
They keep food deserts in low-income areas. The government has all the power to change everything. Not gonna do it.
If I can control the food and the water, I can control you.
I think access to healthy food is definitely a civil rights issue and a financial issue,
We don't look
a
at it like that.
depopulation issue, and just a wicked issue in general, my brother.
While food deserts in urban African American communities are terrible, they pale in comparison to what indigenous Americans face. The Navajo Nation, an area the size of West Virginia, has barely a dozen grocery stores for the entire population.
Wow.
So we have only
how they finna
10
do us.
grocery stores, official grocery stores.
In the city.
We have like 100 convenience stores.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other
Listen to
sample
what she
libraries.
said.
This
They got all the
is arcade
all the
by
kind of
output.
convenience
This thing
stores.
has sounds,
All right,
samples, instruments, effects.
Because I ain't paid for no subscription yet until we really get tapped on, and then we can really, if y'all support me, then we can really get some shit popping off. But like she said, that's all it is, convenience stores. Listen to what she's saying. You know how to it is an Indian, so I already know. I ain't gonna say shit. It's an Indian, so you know what happened to them. You know what happened to Indians. Look, all over again. Repeat. Rewind. All right, guys.
80 to 90%
Everyone
of these
say
stores
one.
are only carrying junk food. The three top killers of Navajo, they're all food and health related. The latest statistics said that 30% of our population have type 2 diabetes.
Wow.
And they're telling me now it's reaching up to 35%. And it's reaching down, what is scary, down to children. Because I've had so many relatives that have had cancer and diabetes and sitting in dialysis centers. It just broke my heart. I went to see my auntie, and the room had like 50 Navajo elders sitting in wheelchairs with amputated limbs. It was so sad.
Historically, indigenous communities around the world are generally healthy places. In the 50s and 60s, it was thought that Dene folks didn't have diabetes because everyone was basically, healthy, and they were eating foods that were grown locally. And it was fascinating in the 90s, the KFC franchise with the highest per capita sales were highest here on the reservation.
The deep root problem is the food situation.
KFC.
One of the primary means that the government has used to control
Did y'all hear
minority populations
Hold on. Hold the
is
fuck
to
up.
place them in.
Hold the fuck up. Now I know he did. If you think about what he just said, with that, I don't know if it was because they cut the edit like that, but it almost seemed like they were saying that these Indian people look so excited when KFC popped on the scene. Is that they basically flooded KFC, like was they main customers. 20 years later, the whole tribe being wiped out. Damn. KFC. And we were just talking about that. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all think it's cheaper. It's cheaper now. 2 for $10. We all hear that. They put that in our head. Two for. We hear 2 for. Woo shit. 2 for. Woo shit. A twofer? I used to get so excited when I was trying to eat right. I was like, I'm trying to eat some Arby's. Arby's started having a two for $6 sandwich. Nigga, for $6, I can get 2 sandwiches. I'm on a diet, but fuck. That's 2 sandwiches. Who gonna pass that up? So instead of eating 1 sandwich, which I really supposed, honestly, to be honestly, you're not even supposed to have 1 sandwich like that. But so not only am I not eating 1 sandwich, I'm eating 2 sandwiches in the car. Big Pun said the reason he got big like that, because Big Pun used to be skinny. He said the reason he got big, like, and listen to what I'm saying, Roxanne. Big Pun said the reason why he got big like that is because he used to ride around getting milkshakes and eat fast food. She said she loved her some chicken. Yeah, everybody do because it tastes good. It's that's what you need to get over. You really don't. It's the processed shit that you love. It's the way that they make it taste. I mean, chicken does. Have you ever had plain chicken? Have you ever had plain chicken? Chicken is not that good. I don't. Hamburger meat is not that good. Have you ever had plain hamburger meat? Steak might be the only meat that is okay without you putting something on it. You make it good. What baked? Baked chicken? No, baked chicken. Even chicken baked. If you don't put nothing on baked chicken, I baked chicken before and I had ran out of stuff. Baked chicken is not good. No, ground chicken is not good either. With nothing, ain't none of that shit good with nothing added on it. They'll put something at the factory before you even get it, so you're not just getting a ground up chicken. Even before it hits your house, it has processed stuff in it already to make it taste a certain way. But if you don't season it, it'd be nasty as fuck. That's why they talk about white people, because they'll season their food. We as black people, we know how to season well. You know what I'm saying? We know how to season well. We know how to season bullshit. We learned that with slavery. We learned how to season bullshit. And now that we got a little bit more than bullshit, oh hell no. Nah. Listen, if we was able to season bullshit like pig ears, pigtails, pig ass, and now we can get the good shit. Oh, we finna, man, come on, black people. Oh my God, we finna eat all that shit. Because we know how to season well. Some people's food be so good. Yeah, season. I know because I cook. And the meals that don't come out good is the meals I didn't season right. The meals that don't come out good, I didn't season right. I'll be like, this shit is so fucking nasty. I'm looking at this chicken. It's chicken. It's ground beef. But if you don't season it right, it tastes like shit. We learn to be masters of seasoning. Bullshit. I'm gonna play this a little bit more.
In positions of food insecurity. Because if you can control a person's or population's access to food, you can control the person. So what did our government do when it wanted to control Native Americans? The first thing it did was it came in and it displaced the nations off their fertile land.
It started when we were imprisoned in Fort Sumner, when our people had to walk 300 miles one way. And we were incarcerated, 12,000 of us.
It deliberately burned and destroyed their crops.
They burned all of our cornfields, our orchards. They slaughtered our animals.
Then it moved them onto marginalized land called reservations that were deliberately chosen because they were lands that were infertile, difficult, or impossible to cultivate.
And they starved us out.
They then became dependent on the U.S. government for their food.
Fort Sumner, all they gave us was government food, and we were incarcerated for 4 years. So that's what we call prison food.
And what did the government provide them? White rice, white flour, canned meat, sugar, alcohol, all of the things that we know are associated with chronic disease.
We're still eating prison food. It has been orchestrated from day forward, and even before then, to annihilate and abolish American Indians.
So, yeah, this is, man. Oh my God. So basically, what they're saying is, do you remember like when we used to get like government cheese and stuff like that? You remember that we used to get government cheese? That's what they're saying. And remember, like we used to always think like government. Yeah, but they used to give it to us when we was young too. We used to love that shit. They used to give us cans of pork. We didn't know where the pork came from. The government ain't never told us what type of pork it came from. They said it's pork. It tastes good because we season the shit out of it. We season the shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's all processed. How do I know? That's when government first, like, we could process some shit. You think they was giving us the best shit they could find? Man, they learned how to process the fuck out of some shit. Scientists told them how to process that shit. And it's gonna taste good. They're gonna love this shit. And see how I said how the brain, even just thinking about it, you're able to conjure it up in your brain. Ooh, that was so good. It's a process. A vegetable fruit would never give you that. A vegetable or fruit would never give you that sensation. You could eat it now and you can go do it. You can be on your way. You can do other shit and you ain't gonna be hungry until you really need to eat again. Then you can eat again, but you ain't never gonna salivate at the mouth like meat does. Meat make you want to go get a meat product breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's why I got so fat. I feel like I had to have meat. I had to have it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let me see here. Let's see. I'm gonna play some of this. I'm gonna read your stuff. Okay, so I got it because I'm running over. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna read your stuff. Sorry, that's the last. I'm gonna interrupt, and then
What happened with African Americans? With us, we were literally dragged out of our traditional culture in West Africa and locked onto slave labor camps that were referred to in a very genteel fashion as plantations. They were slave labor camps. And these people were imprisoned on these slave labor camps where it literally worked to death.
80% of Americans don't understand what it meant to be a slave. They think because of the way it's taught that
I
it
didn't
just
know
means
that.
that someone had ownership over you. It was degradation. It was emasculation. It was humiliation. They would despiritualize you. The same person had to feed you. Now let's think. What was the food?
They were fed.
And then because she made a good point. I'm sorry, Roxanne, and because I want y'all to think about what he said too before we go in. But like you said, Roxanne, if you it's scientifically known, like if you don't feed kids the right type of nourishment food, especially black kids in school, then they're gonna be violent. So like if you know that, if studies show that, then why wouldn't you try to do everything you can to feed kids good in school? So their brains had developed. You should be getting a fruit and stuff that's it's not processed, but we got the money as government. We pay taxes. Why not get them some good food That's all I hear about people complaining about the food because they trying to give them bullshit processed food. So they run to the Arabs and get some of that at least taste good. It's all processed, but at least it's tastes good processed food. So we can't blame them. It's survival. Our kids are in a game of survival. It's like if this is a small animal, and yeah, they parents taught them how to eat and hunt, and then when they get like a little calf or whatever, shit, they're gonna try to eat themselves. They're gonna try to find something to eat. The fuck is you talking about? They're gonna eat. They're gonna eat what tastes good to them. And for kids, a cake and some juice tastes good. A cake, some juice, and some what you call that, fructose or something. Fuck out of here, y'all. That fructose tastes like orange juice anyway.
Fed the garbage of those camps. So they were fed the entrails, the feet,
That's
the
nasty.
ears of the animals.
Pig ears, pig skin.
Listen, that's what you're talking about.
Pig feet. The only reason you even eat that is because that was what was thrown out by master.
They would say the master ate high from the hog. That's why we ate pig's feet and pig's intestines, which were riddled with bacteria and disease. And
That just blew me away because I've always heard that terminology, high from the hog. You heard all white people, oh, we high from the hog. We high from the hog. That's what they saying. They eat we eat the good parts of the hog, and y'all get the man. Oh my god.
feces and all types of stuff. This is what they gave us.
So the plantation
done.
diet would consist of some chitlins and some type of pork and maybe some cornbread and stuff that you may consider soul food now.
You had to use what was left, and that was passed on. And we even started naming our food like soul food, you know. Then it became just a way of loving and showing love to our family because there wasn't a lot of happiness in different ways, but we could show happiness through food. And so it became more comfort food.
The psychological effects of colonization, layers
Just
and layers.
in hidden sight.
Dr. Joy DeGroot talks about just the post-traumatic slave syndrome.
And here's the thing.
A lot of things that have been passed down as culture.
Like when you hear about stuff like that, and they would like say that stuff to us like around kids, putting our cartoon, like they were just laughing at us. High on the hog. I always thought that was something good. Oh, you high on the, and like our parents would say, like they ingrained this. Like they think they high on the hog. It was a slang that our parents. That's why I motherfucking heard that before. If your parents saw somebody who thought they was bougie, they use that. They're like, oh, they think they high on the hog. They eat it brain in their head that they just use as a terminology. What they're talking about is the slave master getting the best part of the pig. I'm done. Damn.
Really was trauma and survival tactics.
So now, as opposed to you or your great-great-grandfather, grandmother getting the scraps and making the best as they can with things, you make it a delicacy.
Tradition has become very unhealthy and deadly for the Black community because of what, number one, we have access to, but what has become a tradition from slavery and the things that we pour into our body is awful and detrimental.
Tradition is a powerful and sometimes tragic thing. When you go to Alabama and you see a good old boy and he's got his Southern flag up, that's his tradition. That's his family. That's in his blood. But his tradition is dangerous. His tradition is divisive. His tradition is bad for him and the people that's around him. His tradition is unhealthy. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Like, these traditions that we hold on to are unhealthy. Why would you love something that hates you? You fighting against your own interests.
So Black people are trying to preserve some of their culture by eating soul food. But what they don't realize, soul food is from slavery. That's the only culture we got, slavery.
This is not the way West Africans traditionally ate. This is what we were force-fed when we were enslaved.
What was great in the past that came from this tradition? What was so wonderful? You know, and identify what those things are and keep those things and identify those things as a tradition. So if you're thinking, oh, it's family dinner on Sunday, right? Well, what you really loved was being with your family on Sunday and sharing a meal. It wasn't the pig's feet,
Yeah, it
you know?
was.
That's not what it is.
It was the
That's not
pig's
the
feet
fried
too.
chicken
Yeah, it
that's
was.
bringing the family together.
Roxanne, what did the fried
family's
chicken?
coming together and cooking. It's an act, the act of service between
That's
people,
lit.
the camaraderie, the catching up, the talking. Those things don't
I didn't
need
want to talk. I want to
unhealthy
eat.
habits to exist and be the tradition.
It's sad that this recipe that you grew up with is the reason that a lot of your older relatives are in the state that they're in.
You eat how your mama eat. You got the same diseases your daddy had. We prayed over that nasty stuff. You know, God bless this slavery food that we won't stop eating.
We no longer have to do this. Sad fact is that as African Americans, we are carrying the last vestiges of slavery on our plates. It's not soul food, it's plantation food. This is not our traditional heritage. This is not the way West Africans traditionally ate. West Africans.
And I'm gonna say that I'm gonna add to that like we have barbecues and stuff like black folks, and we go to a barbecue and we eat like 5 or 6 things, 5 or 6 meats. They be like, here, taste some of this, taste some of that, and we put all that meat in our system. Like it's not good. It's breaking us down, and this is what we think is what we're supposed to do. To have a good time, to gather around. And so I know exactly what he's talking about. Roxanne said Sunday dinner fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy with corn, garden salad. Look, you making me hungry. Yes, it's everything. Like it's like, can you ever think of a time where you should put everything together like that? listen, look how we was eating. And then we eat like that every Sunday. And then on Christmas, woo, we really gonna eat. Thanksgiving, oh my God, we finna eat on Thanksgiving. Super Bowl sometime, oh my God, we finna eat so much on Super Bowl. We finna eat, we finna eat, we finna eat, we finna eat, we finna eat. It's crazy. We addicted to food. That's why I did my podcast. We gotta break out of that. We addicted. Every Sunday. That's what I'm saying. And this is my point. Okay, yes, Roxy, this is my point. And I love what you're saying, Roxy. This is my point. And so now it's to the point where we're not having no Sunday dinner. So you think, okay, boom, we done with it. Oh my God. Now people are starting to make plates and selling their plates. So they selling their mom's recipes, those recipes that were taught to them, put a little bit extra this in there. They making masses amounts of it. They making a version of what their grandma made, but now it's more processed stuff. So they make it processed for people buying them big old plates and eating. Man, y'all not doing right to y'all bodies and stuff. And people gonna pay for that. Because what happens is now, like when it like you can do that, like it's different when you doing that like in the winter, because people will eat a lot in the summertime, barbecues, cookouts, we eat vacations, we eat. But then we go into the summertime or the wintertime, and then you can't move around like you could in the summertime. You can't go out and get like I stayed in the house today. You're not moving around like you was. So people sitting down watching TV Super Bowl and all that food that they ate, it ain't even digested out of your stomach yet. It's still sitting in that burger you had, and is that burger you had on 4th of July is still there, sitting. If you're not detoxing that burger, it's still there, and you sitting back watching TV, and then you eating more food, more chicken. Eventually, your body gonna be like, "Oh my God, I've had it." If you're 40 years old, a heart attack, anything, all that stuff, clogged arteries. So that's what I'm saying. Even if you make it a 30, even if you make it a 40, 50, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you done made all of that money. You done balled out. And now you're gone. I see it all the time. Don't say it don't happen. I see it all the time. Widows. with big ass houses. They husband left. They don't even know what to do with the house. Oh damn, what am I gonna do? The first thing they do really is go on vacation to get over the shit. Yes, I said get over your ass. Cause you ain't no longer here. Your kids gone. And you done decide to chill and not go to the gym, and now you gone. And so your wife gets to enjoy all of that. Cause like I said, women, they would, what I was talking about with the testosterone, that don't happen to them at that age. They can go on. That's why women seem to be better at 60. See, it's a game with guys don't understand that. We'll be like, if you look at a guy, if you look at any guy right now, that's why I don't have a lot of clients. Because at the age of 40, guys decide this is what I look like. Fuck it. If I got a stomach, fuck it. If I ain't got no hair, fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. And that's the way you look. You look like fuck it. Fuck it. You making money, but you look like fuck it. You wear your clothes, but your body look like fuck it. Man, stop. What I do know is them closing down Walgreens, this is gonna be a problem, man. Because there's people way of life, and it's gonna change. It's too late now, though. Like, we got 2 weeks shipping to change. With that Walgreens closing, that's where people get their medicines. That's where people get they it's just crazy. They food. If you don't want to go all the way up the wall, you might want to go run there. Think about this, y'all. How many times have y'all ran to Walgreens on Christmas? That's gone. Only thing you'll be able to go to run to is the Arabs, and they're gonna be waiting. They finna jack their prices up. It ain't shit we can do. You don't think they take advantage of that? I just told you gas prices are higher in the hood. They already getting us. I'm gonna watch you a little bit longer, and then we're gonna get out of here because shit is terrible, y'all. Red meat is hard to break down. Yeah, red meat don't break down hardly. That's why I had the detox. You can't tell nobody because people don't want it. People want what they want, and they don't. I mean, like they said, we see this happen generation after generation after generation after generation. We to a point now, and we've been to a point now. It's like we don't care. We don't care. Somebody told me that when I first started BLN training, they're like, black people don't care. They said, well, they don't care about their health. We don't care. That's why they can do stuff like this, because we don't care. I keep saying that, but we just don't. If it's not about now, Jay-Z and Puffy, oh my God. What? Jay-Z and Puffy? But my kid's future? Mm-mm. I'm not, that's, mm-mm. Okay, a little bit more.
Had agrarian-based communities where they grew their own crops, had diets that were built around whole foods, whole grains, vegetables, no dairy, very little animal food.
A lot of what we ate were plant-based. And if we ate other beings, it wasn't all the time, every day, all day long, extra, extra, extra. It was what we needed, and that was it.
A study conducted by the University of Pittsburgh showed that when Black Americans adopted a more traditional African diet, high in fiber, fruits, vegetables, low in fat, with little to no meat, after only 2 weeks, they started producing more anti-cancer molecules in their bodies, proven to protect against colon cancer in particular. In the same study, when Black Africans switched from their traditional foods to an American diet, their bodies produced microbiota that were cancerous. African Americans suffer more than double the rates of hypertension than people in West Africa. But as Western diets have begun to pervade the African continent, hypertension goes with it.
So it's not like a biological thing with Black people. It's something about being here that's making Black people sick.
If we look at prostate cancer, it is about double in African American men compared to white men. If you look at colorectal cancer, it's higher in African Americans compared to whites. Cardiovascular deaths, same story. This is not due to any difference in genetic factors, because when we look in Africa, we don't see higher rates in blacks in Africa. We do see it in the United States. It's food.
As a doctor,
It's
there's
food.
a lot of foods that I'm concerned
That's it.
about that.
It's food.
I'm the director of post-production and head of YouTube at Iconic Saga, Cam
all
Newton's
it-
production
that's all
company.
it is.
Last month, both
Sorry,
of our
like I said,
channels did about 80 uploads apiece.
That's all it is. They just told you everything. Anything you could think of that we dealing with is food. Why wouldn't you want to eat right? We don't care. It tastes good. I'm good. Crazy.
That my patients are eating. And I would say at the top of the list are processed meats. And those are foods like ham, bacon, hot dogs, sausage, salami, cold cuts, sandwich meats. These are really prevalent everywhere. And a lot of people don't even recognize these foods as being processed meats. These are foods that are well known and documented to increase the risk of cancer as well as heart disease and diabetes. So these are foods that really don't belong in the diet at all.
There's a direct correlation with the amount of animal food in the diet and the incidence of chronic diseases such as heart disease, cancer, stroke, high blood pressure, autoimmune problems, so forth.
There's so many studies that show that a high animal diet increases your risk for cancer. Are they still selling hot dogs?
According to the World Health Organization, looking at over 800 studies found a direct link between processed meat and cancer. It's a group 1 carcinogen, the same group as tobacco and alcohol, definitively causing cancer in humans. According to the report, 1 hot dog a day increases your risk of developing colorectal cancer by 18%. Eating 2 servings of processed meat a day, like bacon for breakfast or cold cuts for lunch, has a similar impact on risk of colorectal cancer as smoking. And yet these foods are served every single day in public schools, hospitals, prisons, and government facilities.
You just said
If
that.
you were to take the lunch tray from a public school, a hospital, and prison and mix them up like a 3-cup shuffle, you wouldn't be able to tell which is which.
Wow.
You know it's bad, but you gonna feed it to your child. Like, that's a baby. You love the hell out that baby.
You will say,
feeding that
look,
baby something that could possibly kill him. Not, it could kill him now. It's kids with cancer. That stuff deep as a mug.
We know that
I'm
red meat.
gonna rewind that,
You know,
but
beef is related.
when he said that, when I heard him say that, that made me feel bad because I knew I was feeding my kids bullshit. But it's all I had. It's what I was fed. The fuck? I was fed cold cuts and salami and hot dogs, and I was making chili dog with cheese. What are you talking about? I did what I had to do to survive, to feed everybody. Damn, that shit was crazy.
It's a group 1 carcinogen, the same group as tobacco and alcohol, definitively causing cancer in humans. According to the report, 1 hot dog a day increases your risk of developing colorectal cancer by 18%.
Damn.
Eating 2 servings of processed meat a day, like bacon for breakfast or cold cuts for lunch, has a similar impact on risk of colorectal
That's
cancer
your meal.
as smoking. And yet these foods are served every single day in public schools, hospitals,
Might as well
prisons, and government facilities. If you were to take the lunch tray from a public school, a hospital,
We might as well all
and prison
smoke.
and mix them up
Fuck
like a
it.
3-cup shuffle, you wouldn't be able to tell which is which.
They lied to
You know
us.
it's
Might as
bad,
well smoke.
but you gonna feed it to your child. Like, that's a baby. You love the hell out that baby.
You might as well skip a meal.
Feeding that
Smoke.
baby something that could possibly kill him. Not, it could kill him now. It's
Damn.
kids with cancer. That stuff deep as a mug.
We know that red meat, you know, beef is related to cancer of the colon, cancer of the stomach. Smoked fish is related to cancer of the stomach. And some people say, "Oh, chicken is good.
Smoked
Chicken
fish.
is better." The chicken
Listen,
is
chicken.
just as bad. It clogs it just as bad, if not worse.
People think of chicken as a health food because it's promoted as being healthier than foods that are really, really bad for you.
For men with prostate cancer, eating a lot of chicken increases the risk of the disease progressing 400%. Chicken is the #1 source of sodium in adult American diets, directly linked to high blood pressure. It's also the #1 source of dietary cholesterol. Women who eat lots of chicken also have higher rates of UTIs, because chicken meat is so laden with bacteria. According to a 2012 FDA study, 95% of chicken breasts sampled were contaminated with fecal bacteria.
The big problem is that people are getting 93% of their calories either from animal foods, meat, fish, fowl, eggs, and dairy products, or pleasure-trap chemicals that are added to food, things like oil, salt, and sugar, to stimulate the dopamine cascade of our brain and lead us to overeating.
Sugar and salt is like Coke and dope. I'm addicted to the salt, the sugar. I'm addicted to the grease. You know what I mean? The whole shebang.
Sugar, one of the biggest drugs on the planet. And our babies are totally addicted to this stuff.
To the average 2 to 7-year-old that's only about this tall, what's eye level in the grocery store? Come on, talk to me. The candy. That's what it looks like to them. So through their lens, you're not gonna have a healthy conversation about avocados, man, and watermelon and plums and peaches. You're not.
When you say sugar, then it's things that have the added sugars to it, which is basically all processed food. It's why a grocery store is the size of department stores. Well, because 80% of the store is processed. We have a health food aisle in the grocery store. That it makes no sense to me. The whole thing should be health food, and then you have an aisle of junk, you know, if that's what you want.
So when you add sugar to a food, you're adding unnecessary calories and you're adding a substance that does not promote health. But when you eat foods that are naturally rich in sugar, like fruits, you're actually getting fructose, or the sugar in fruit, along with fiber. You're getting it with antioxidants, you're getting it with phytonutrients, and that whole package together is an extremely healthful package. Fruit has never been shown to cause diabetes. Fruit lowers the risk of heart disease, it lowers the risk of stroke, it lowers the risk of cancer, it lowers even the risk of diabetes, it helps people lose weight. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with eating whole fruit.
We naturally crave sweet. Why? Because sweet is fruit. Sweet is healthy, right? But the food industry uses our natural tendencies towards these foods against us, hijacks our palates by giving us these oversalted, fatty, sugary foods. It kind of turns our natural biological impulses against us.
When you're having a lot of added sugar, it fulfills the same areas of enlightenment as some of these street drugs. So it's highly addictive, and we've thrown it in everything in the United States in the last 20, 30 years, especially in the form of high fructose corn syrup, which definitely acts in a different manner than glucose does. I mean, numerous studies have shown that. You know, that's another thing that you find in a lot of these urban environments, you know, is first ingredient water, second ingredient sugar, or high fructose corn syrup.
Corn syrup or other corn products are in virtually all processed food. Corn is one of the most heavily federally subsidized commodities in the U.S. In 2017 alone, the federal government gave out over $5.1 billion to help corn farmers grow even more corn. These taxpayer subsidies have kept the price of corn products artificially low, making things like corn oil and high fructose corn syrup ridiculously cheap. No surprise, we can see corn in virtually all junk food. Even the meat people are eating is connected to corn. Farm animals eat the majority of corn grown in the U.S. as a cheap way to fatten them up for slaughter, even keeping the price of meat artificially low. With all the federal subsidies, the meat and dairy industry received $38 billion to prop it up and to keep unhealthy foods cheap. That's more than the entire spending for all Section 8 housing vouchers. Only 11% of low-income households receive federal assistance, while more than 38% of U.S. farmers receive federal subsidies. That's the real welfare issue. If you take into consideration all the externalized costs of the meat and dairy industry that are imposed on society, a $4 Big Mac would actually cost $11.
If animal products were priced where they should be without all the government support, without all the government welfare that's being added to the equation, very few people would even be able to afford these animal products.
If you look at, say, the meat industry, everybody knows it contributes to heart disease. Everybody knows it contributes to cancer. And yet, what gets subsidized the most? The feed grains going into the cattle, going into the pigs, going into the chickens, so it makes meat cheap.
The federal government gives massive subsidies to commodity food producers so they can make cheap, processed food, which makes their profit margins higher. The reason the government does this is because food corporations pay for congressmen's re-elections through their lobbyists to push through these policies. It's a pay-for-play system. Over the last 30 years, the meat, dairy, and egg industries have given over $134 million to U.S. congressmen.
And so the government really doesn't have an interest in looking out for the health of the population because the government basically is being controlled and run by corporate interest, period.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture, along with Health and Human Services, is responsible for creating the dietary guidelines for Americans. These guidelines, formerly known as the Food Pyramid, dictate all federal food policies. The committee responsible for creating these guidelines has been made up of people that have received money from the meat industry, fast food industry, sugar industry, alcohol industry, and virtually all processed food industries.
So whether they're working for these entities or being lobbied by these entities, that's really what's going on. There's too much money in the sickness for them to actually do their job, which is supposed to be to look after the country.
The people that are telling us what's right or wrong are paid for by the people that aren't doing necessarily what's right. Whoever has the most money is the one that ultimately makes the law, and that doesn't make it right because most of the people that had the bread cheated.
The food industry is very conscious of influencing government policy by controlling how they spend their money. And apparently we're electing people to office that are vulnerable to being influenced by that money and how it's spent.
When I reached out to federal representatives for questioning, I got no response. One of the few politicians willing to speak out about this issue is New York City's Eric Adams.
So although we have a crisis that the Department of Health is trying to fight in childhood diabetes, childhood obesity, childhood asthma, the Department of Health is spending millions of dollars to fight that crisis. Yet every morning in New York City, we feed 980,000 meals to our children that causes childhood diabetes, childhood asthma, childhood obesity. So we're feeding the crisis that we have. Our senior centers, our hospitals, Department of Correction facilities, those prisoners are not running out to their local 7-Eleven to get junk food. They're being fed by the institutions. So when you start to do a real analysis of this crisis that we're facing, and you start to look at the hidden hand, you see that government is feeding the crises. And once our folks start to realize that, listen, man, you guys have been playing us. There's one thing Black folks hate, don't play me. And once they realize they're playing us, there's going to be a game changer throughout the entire country that's going to sweep the entire globe.
Another major food program the government oversees is public food assistance. So I went to speak with government food policy expert Kyle Ash.
SNAP is formerly called food stamps. It's the main food welfare program